Hello. If you're watching this right now, you've probably already have watched Poe. Hi, my name is Francis Xavier, and I'm the writer and director of Poe, and I hope you have enjoyed the film. Just want to tell you a little bit about the making of this film and how I came up with the idea and my journey into getting it made. About 7, 8 years ago, I came up with an idea. I was living in Baltimore, Maryland, and I came up with an idea about a short film that I wanted to write that was part of my Night Cry series. It was going to be part of a sequel to a film that I shot in 2005 called Night Cry. Sort of like a trilogy of sorts, like, you know, Alfred Hitchcock's Presents or Rod Serling's Twilight Zone. But I shot the film, and I knew I wanted to do a sequel to the film, and that's where Poe comes in, because it was part of that, you know, series when it came to the sequel. But I sat down and wrote some ideas, and, you know, let some people read it, and they thought it was a great idea and stuff like that. But I never really sat down and wrote the screenplay, you know. I knew I was going to be leaving Baltimore and coming to Los Angeles, where I live at now. And I just held off on the story and started writing other stories and stuff like that and making other films. I left 3.5 years ago. Me and my company and my business partners, Joanne Smith and Michael Curve, and my sons, and we left and we came to Los Angeles. And when I got here, I found myself shooting a short film with Sally Kirkland, the actress Sally Kirkland, that she executive produced, called The Ear of the Beholder, which was a great little thing, you know. And then I sat down and wrote a new screenplay called Never on Sunday. And that screenplay I wanted to make into a movie, which I did, and I just loved how it turned out, and you know, it's a pretty cool film, you know. But I never forgot about Poe, and I just took the time and to sit down and write it, and the rest is history. When I started casting the film, I received a phone call from actor Stelio Savante. You might know him from My Super Ex-Girlfriend with Uma Thurman. And he's such a dynamite actor and a great guy all in all, you know. Received a phone call from him, and this is when I had just finished the first draft of the story. And when he read it, he dug the story, but he just thought it was a little too graphic, and it was sort of X-rated somewhat. But you know, he took it and he loved it, and he let his agent read it, and I don't think she dug it too much, but he fought for it, and he wanted to play the role of Jonathan Poe, a role that, you know, that was just fitted, you know, it was just fitted to a T for him, you know. And we had this really cool little thing going on where, you know, he would send me MP3, you know, audio files or via email, and I would listen to him, and I was like, man, I mean, I would like melt. I would be like, man, this guy is dynamite. He's gonna do awesome as Jonathan Poe. And you know, and he recommended me to some other actors, and, you know, some that wound up in the film. Second in line came David Fine. You know, when I met David Fine, when I first saw his reel, I saw a short film called The Red Door that he starred in, and I was absolutely blown away. This actor, this just really cool guy, and life is just what he brings to Dr. Casey is just magic, you know. And you know, I'm to this day, I'm just thrilled to have cast him in the film in the role of Dr. Andrew Casey. And you know, again, what can I say? You know, it's just some great actors. But you know, some of the rest of the cast, Gene Silvers, Sal Landy, Aja Parsons, Jamie McCall, just goes on and on. It was just a dynamite cast you know, to have for this film, and I'm happy to have worked with him. When we started pre-production on the film, I knew we were in for the long haul. You know, the fact that, you know, I'm a single camera operator, and there was going to have to be a lot of shooting that had to take place in the film, and you know, I mean, I was ready for it, you know, coming off 6 previous films, you know, but doing it the same way too, single camera operator every time, you know. But I knew this was going to be different because I knew I was, you know, for the first time in my film career, working with some magical actors here, you know what I'm saying, and that was important to me, and I knew I had to catch everything on film, you know, everything that they gave to me, and all that, and I got it. When we started looking for the house, the Victorian style mansion that Dr. Casey lives in, that wasn't really a hard job, you know. We checked out 2 mansions, and one really didn't fit our needs for the film, you know what I'm saying? And you know, the set design was, it just wasn't right, it didn't feel right. And then we met set designer Karen, and she just, you know, just brought this house, Dr. Casey's house in this movie, just brought it to life for me, you know, and it was the house that I had imagined, you know, in my head when I was writing the story, what I wrote on page. It was the same exact house, and her set design is just awesome, you know. There's a little story with Karen. It's, you know, it was sort of like a one-stop shop type thing deal with her, because her husband, David Bateman, is a music composer. And David wound up composing the music for the film, and the music is dynamite, you know. Some of my, you know, most memorable times on the set, I would have to say, it was a scene I shot with Rick Irvin, who plays Reggie the Pimp in the film, and it was just so much fun shooting it, because we had a lot of laughs, and you know, not to say it wasn't a lot of laughs throughout making this movie, but this one particular scene, just shooting it, we are in this little room, and it was just the funniest thing in the world, man, seeing these actors perform, and you know, and you're behind the camera, and you know what you're catching, and it's like, what am I gonna do with this in post-production? This is just gonna be just an awesome thing for me, you know, to see what I just shot. I'm putting it together now, and you know, and here you have the scene.
Of course I turned around and checked it out, man. I checked those plates, you know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker just drove off.
Do you remember the plates?
Man, I don't forget shit. Yeah, it was this black shit looking limo, man. California plates, K42FOO. Man, I ain't seen her since, yo. And this ain't like her, trust me.
You ever seen a limo before?
Nah, man, it was my first time. Man, I couldn't even see who was driving that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? The fuck y'all looking at me for? Go get my girl.
Which direction was the car going?
It was going towards Sherman Way. Go get my girl, y'all.
We go. Everybody leave. Start to leave.
Yeah. All right, now here we go. Graham's gonna snatch that cigarette out your mouth. You ready?
Yeah.
Action. The whole cast in this film is it's almost as if these parts were written for them, and how I got to meet all of them is it's something that is magical. You know, it's almost as if this whole group of people came together and knew that we all had to make this movie, not just as artists, but as a family, and that's just what we did. Joanne Smith and Michael Curiff, if it wasn't for those two guys, I don't know if I would be still making movies, you know. They keep all three of us sealed as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we've been making movies for a while now. You know, and we see, you know, as each movie we produce, we get better and better, you know, and we're gonna keep doing that, you know. We're gonna keep making movies for you guys. Well, hey, I think I'm done here. Again, I hope you enjoyed the film, and you know, hope I can bring you more entertainment in the future, and it's nice talking to you. Bye.